In this video, we are going to be analysing Ocean Biomedical, ticker OCEA. Now, one thing I want to point out is obviously we have gapped up. We're up 32% as we're recording this video, up around $7, or up to around $7. Now, one thing to note, firstly, from the intraday perspective, if we're looking at day trading this, you can see we do have the 2-day anchored VWAP here. This is this yellow line. Including the after hours data, we've already flipped below it, so I'd be watching for a retest. If we hold that level, we're most likely going to continue down with a target of 658. And again, we can also get that retest on this chart here. Again, this one has after hours and pre-market data. This one does not. But we watch both of these. The levels are relatively similar. 733 on the right chart, 735 on the left. So really, if we come and retest this, hold this as a resistance, we can definitely see a downside move to 658, probably even today. So that's what we're looking at from an intraday perspective. Now, to quickly cut out to a further outlook, what are key things I want to be paying attention to? So for this, we have the key levels here. You can see this stock, we've actually covered this before because I think we covered it actually on this mega move here. But you can see this stock is very prone to having quick temporary moves, which kind of spike to the upside then crash. So this is really where we can look to profit, is trying to capture one of these crashes. So obviously we opened up around 525 and that is at fair value. From here, we popped through 658 and we came to 750, which is our first deviations. Now, we can trade those short buys, but really I tend to be a bit more patient. I prefer waiting until at least that second deviation before we trade it short bias. So to me, I'm not going to be trading this unless we can come up to around 868. Because again, this is the second deviation on the 6 month. If we come into here, very high probability that this will kind of be nearing that top, and then we can play that downside move, most likely back down to fair value at 525. So for the key levels to the upside, we have the 868 like we just covered, we have the 965, we then have the 1075, and we have the 1190. Now, as always, these are color coded. The way I look at them is this. I don't tend to trade that much. This is the first deviation. It's strong, but again, there's going to be better opportunities elsewhere than trading that first deviation. So instead, I tend to be a bit more patient unless we're looking at it from that intraday perspective and that line lines up with the anchored VWAP as it is right now. But really, we want to be trading this second deviation with really high probability. Again, that's 95% of the data should trade below that level. And then you come into the green deviations. These are my favorite. This is the third deviation. And you have 99.7% of data should trade below this value. So what we should really see on OCEA is it will most likely be like these ones. You can see it comes out very short-lived. It comes outside of this, very short-lived, and then we tend to see it trade straight back below. And so when we come up to these highs, that's really where I look to trade at short bias and trade against that plan. So that's really my plan for OCEA at those levels. If we do hit them, short bias. Even right now, we can be short bias. Really, I wouldn't really look to trade below 5 or the 658. That would kind of be my final target on the day, just because how likely is it that we give up all these gains and come back down to the fair value? And when it's not super squeezed, I don't like taking on that extra risk. So unless we're at that second deviation, that's never going to be my target. Usually it would just be the closest deviation, which in this case is going to be that 658. Now, just to quickly note, if you're looking at it more from an investment standpoint, then that's where this 525 is key, statistical mean. If we're looking to invest in a stock, we want to be buying at or below that value. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you will probably enjoy this video too.